Hey everybody, welcome back to the Wolf Pit. Today I'm making pulled beef barbecue, which if you like pulled pork barbecue, you're going to love this heartier version of pulled barbecue. I like it more than brisket, and it's less expensive. It's great piled high on a Kaiser roll by itself, and it's also great to use in other recipes like nachos, tacos, taquitos, burritos, etc. It's real easy to make, so let's get started. For the beef, I'm using an 8-pound boneless chuck roast, but just about any cut from the shoulder will work just fine. You just want to make sure it has plenty of marbling and fat for flavor and moisture during the cook. For this particular method of cooking, you definitely want to stay away from any round cuts of beef, like top round, bottom round, eye of round, or rump roast, which comes from the bottom round. They are all way too lean. Now very liberally moisten the roast with Worcestershire sauce or yellow mustard. Either one, it doesn't matter, you're not going to taste them in the end. Now I'm going to very generously season with Wolfe Rub Bold Barbecue Seasoning, or you can use your favorite rub. Now give it a good massage and then repeat this process on all sides of the roast. If you notice the string that I have tied around the roast, it's there to hold the different muscles together for even cooking. Some of the muscles are still pretty loose, so I added another piece of string to pull everything tight and make it uniform. Now once the roast has been rubbed on all sides and tied up tight, I'm going to place it back in the refrigerator while we go out and light the grill. I'm using my Grill Dome ceramic cooker today, but this will work on any grill. I'm going to use my hand torch to light the lump charcoal right in the center for about 60 seconds. Today I'm going to use cherry wood for smoke, and I'm going to use about 3 pieces. Now set the grill up for indirect cooking by adding the lower rack and the heat deflector. If you're using a Weber kettle or a kettle style grill, I'll leave a link in the upper right hand corner of this video to show you how to set the grill up and cook a chuck roast on a kettle style grill. Now leave the lid up and the bottom vent 100% open for about 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, add a small water pan. I'm not using the water pan to add moisture to the grill, but rather to catch the drippings instead of them dripping on the heat deflector and burning, which can leave a bitter taste to the meat due to the sugar in the rub. Now add the main cooking grate, close the lid, close the top and bottom vent 75%, let the grill come up to 250 degrees, and then stabilize it by adjusting the vents a little more or a little less. Now add the chuck roast to the grill, and then insert a meat probe into the thickest part of the chuck roast, then close the lid and let it smoke at 250 degrees until it reaches an internal temperature of 165 degrees. Now you want your fire to burn nice and clean, so you should see a very faint, light blue smoke, just like this. Here's the chuck roast after 2 hours. It's starting to form a bark and get a nice color. Now here it is at the 5-hour mark, and it's at 165 degrees, and as you can tell it tipped over, so I just went ahead and left it like that. Chuck roasts are extremely tough, and in my opinion have to be foiled to get a nice, moist, and tender finished product. Now either double wrap the roast in heavy duty aluminum foil, or place the roast directly into a pan and seal tightly with heavy duty aluminum foil, which is what I'm going to do. Some people like to add braising liquid, but I don't like to. To me it makes it taste too much like pot roast and not barbecue. Now at this point there's really no benefit in putting it back on the smoker, but since it was 95 degrees out and I had a cooler full of cold drinks, I decided to finish it on the smoker rather than heating the house up. But you could finish it in the oven. Now let it continue to cook in the foil at 250 degrees for another 3 to 4 hours or until fork tender. Temperature will not guarantee a tender chuck roast. Once the roast is fork tender, let it rest in the foil for at least an hour. 2 to 3 hours is better. Now remove the butcher's twine. Now take 2 forks and start pulling it apart. Chuck roasts tend to have a lot of connective tissue and fat that just does not render down like it does on pulled pork, so you definitely want to pull that out. Doesn't that look yummy? If you have a dog, don't throw it away. They'll appreciate it. Once all the meat is pulled and all the junk is pulled out, add a little or a lot of rub, depending on your taste. Now give it a good toss to incorporate the rub into the meat. Give it a taste test and add more rub if you need to, and then you're ready to eat. Now pile it high on a nice fresh Kaiser roll. Add your favorite barbecue sauce, sliced onions, or coleslaw, or add all three. I'm going to keep my sandwich simple with just a little bit of barbecue sauce. You make your sandwich the way you like it. And there you have it, smoked pulled beef barbecue that's moist, tender, and absolutely delicious. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you give this a try. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.